this is the first of all we are discussing about break. So I have taken the value of marks 80, 90, 70, 66, 88. Now for I in marks, print. If I will simply print I, then we know it very well, it will just print the values, it will just print the value of like this. But now I have given the condition, if I equals to, you are saying, suppose I am taking 100, because 100 is not satisfied the condition, then I will give break, otherwise print I. So as you can see that condition is not satisfied, so break will not work here, because I never equal to 100. Suppose I will give the value is 66, so what will be the output? You can see 80, 90, 70. When once 66 will come into I, it will check condition is true, then it will terminate the loop. Everyone understand use of break?
Yes sir.
Okay, so next I am going to discuss, that is, so we are discussing about jump statement in looping control statement. ये आपके प्रोग्राम में बहुत ज़्यादा यूज़ होते हैं, कहीं पे भी यूज़ हो सकते हैं, कैसे इसको यूज़ करना है वो प्रोग्राम की लॉजिक से आपको पता लगेगा. So first understand the question, what is the requirement of question. We will discuss about one question practical also based on break statement. So break is mostly used, continue and pass is rarely used, but break is mostly used. Next one is that is first one is break. So now break is clear. So next one is continue. What is the use of continue? Second one is continue. Continue is used to skip iteration in the loop, that is to skip particular items in the collection type. For example, skip marks items 66, 60, 66, 88 in the collection type. So our list is type like marks, in which we have given 70, 60, 66, 88, 90, 99, 78, like this. Now when I'm going to display like this for I in marks, here again I will give the condition. It will also work in based on condition. If condition is satisfied, then it will work. So I am going to give the condition, if I, which one values I want to skip, that is 60, 66 and 88. If I equal to 60, again I have given or, this is logical operator, or I equals to 66 or I equals to 88, then simply write continue. otherwise print I. So how it will work? This is collection type, marks, that is collection type. So when I am iterating or traversing the collection type into for loop, so marks first item is 70 come into I. It will check in this condition 70 is not fit in this particular condition, so simply print the value of 70. Now 60 will come, it will come in this condition I equals to 60, because OR logical operator tells that if anyone is 1 then it will return 1 value. So here I equals to 60, this condition is 1, this is 0, this is 0, so 1 0 0, again it will give the final value 1. So continue now work, so it will skip this value, 60 will not be, it will not go to the, if because 60 condition in match, so it will not, it will jump into again the loop, not go to the, not go to here, not, it will not go. So again now value is 66, I in 66 in come in I, again check I equals to 60, not condition satisfied, but this condition is now satisfied, I equals to 66. So it will give a 1 value, this is 0, this is 1, this is also 0, again OR operator among them, so it will give 1 value. So again it will skip 66 also, so nothing will be printed. Again 88 will come into the list in I, again this is 0, this is 0, but this condition is 1. So now this condition is 1, so it will work, so it will work, and it will again skip the value of 88 from the loop, so 88 will not also display. Now again 90 will come in I, no condition will satisfied, no this, no this, no this, so continue will not work, it will simply print, so 90 will be printed. Again 99 will come, 99 also not come in this any condition, so again 99 also printed, same as 78 also printed. So continue statement simply skip the particular item or items from the collection type. जब हम चाहते हैं कि आपके कलेक्शन टाइप्स में से कुछ चीज़ों को हम स्किप करना चाहते हैं, उनको नहीं लेना चाहते हैं, जैसे हमारे क्लास में बहुत, सपोज वी हैव 40 स्टूडेंट्स इन द क्लास and we want to allow only some particular students, and want to avoid some particular students that are not focused on the class, we want to avoid or skip those students, so we can use continue statement on that type of collection type. So I am going to give you a practical example in PyCharm. So here is the list. Suppose I have given 77 also here, so I will give, if I equals to 66 or I equal to suppose 70 or I equals to one item, I also have taken 100. So it will check the conditions. So what will, here we will use continue here. So once I will print, you can see 66 and 70 and 100 is skips from the list. So 80, 90, 88 and 77 is display. So everyone have clear now covered use of continue. Everyone has clear? Any doubt? किसी को डाउट है, कुछ पूछना है? कंटिन्यू समझ में आ गया सबको?
Yes sir.
Okay, so if you have doubt you can message me. I will explain, otherwise I am going to next topic. So the next is third type is pass. So what is the use of pass? Pass is used to to give null statement, that is nothing. Suppose we want that in for loop I don't want to pass any statement, so how it will possible? So we will use pass keyword to give null statement. For example, I am giving the example so that you will better understand this. For example, I have taken for I in range 1 5 colon, and here I have typed simply pass. It means this is null statement, nothing will print. If I want that null statement, so how null statement? This question can ask in competitive examination. How null statement is given in Python? So you will write that use of pass. We will give null statement. We will understand it correctly with PyCharm example. For example, for I in, suppose I have taken range function to give the range values. If I will not give anything, then this for loop give error. Why? Because in this for loop I have not given any statement. So how I will give? I don't want to give any statement. If I will not give anything, then it will generate errors. So at least I have to give one statement that inside this for loop, and I want that to give only null statement. So how it can be possible? If I will not give anything, then it will generate errors, as you can see here, because at least one statement I have to give. So I want to give only pass, so I will just write pass inside this. So it work as a null statement, that is nothing will display, but it is just a null statement. So if we want null statement in for loop, so or while loop, we can use pass. Everyone has now clear? Everyone has clear what is the use of pass? It just used for null statement. It's just used for null statement in looping control statement. So I have discussed about three controls, that three jumping control statement, that is break, second one is continue, and third one is pass. Anyone has doubt about this, or we will go to the next topic? Anyone has doubt?
No doubts.
So everyone has clear now control statements, that is sequential control and condition control and looping control statements. So we are going to discuss about now next topic that we have to discuss in our syllabus, that is string. We will discuss string in detail. String in details. So before starting this string topic, I have one question to all of you. Suppose I have to write a Python script to reverse a number, and this is first Python script, and second one is Python script to check number is palindrome or not. Third script, Python script to generate Fibo series, because all these examples are based on looping control statement in which we will repeat the statements. And next one also Python script to check number is Armstrong or not. These are the some scripts. Again Python script to check number is prime or not. So these are the some examples. Reverse a number. Reverse a number, like suppose I have entered the 521 and our Python script will reverse this. The output is 125. 125 will be the answer. So I want this. So how you will make? You have to develop the logic how you will reverse the number. Second one, Python script to check number is palindrome or not. Number is palindrome or not. If we will reverse a number, suppose I have number 121. If I will reverse this number, this is suppose original number and its reverse equal to 121 also. So if reverse and number both are equal, then it is called palindrome numbers. If it means if we will do the reverse of any number and its original number and reverse number both are equal, then it is called palindrome number. Or we can say palindrome string also, a string and its reverse also equal, then it will called palindrome string. Then third one is that to generate Fibo series. Fibo series is a type of series like this. This type of series have initial values 0 and 1, and the next value that this is the value of A and this is value of B, and the next value C is the sum of A and B. So C is 0 plus 1, that is 1. Now the value of C becomes the B and the value of B becomes the A, and the next value of the series will generate like 1 plus 1 2, again 1 plus 2, then 3, then 3 plus 2 like 5, then 5 plus 3 8, then 8 plus 5 then 13. So you have to know the limit where in which place till you have to generate the list. So suppose you have taken the limit value is 5. So our Fibo series is like 0 1 1, then 2, then 3, 1 0 index 1 1 2 3 4 5. 5 elements will be present on the list. Suppose I have taken the value, limit value is this limit value you will enter from the keyboard. So once you will enter the value, suppose you have taken 7, so it will generate the list like 0 1 1 2 3 3 to 5 1 2 3 4 5 6, then 8. So total 7 element will be present, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So it will generate list like this. So this is the program that you have to make to develop your logic. This is called Fibo series. Its initial value A you will take as a 0, and initial value of B is take a value is 1, and you will do C equals to A plus B. But C plus B is a repeating task. C equal to A plus B is a repeating task. So you have to repeat the this logic in a for loop or while loop, and you have to develop your logic that which is the termination condition you have to give. मतलब आपको termination condition भी देनी पड़ेगी इसको जनरेट करने के लिए, अदरवाइज क्या होता है आपको पता है कि अगर आप लूप का यूज कर रहे हैं या वाइल लूप यूज कर रहे हैं या फॉर लूप यूज कर रहे हैं, इफ यू आर यूजिंग फॉर लूप और वाइल लूप and if you haven't given the termination condition, then it will go in infinite loop. So you have to care about this. So try to develop this Fibo series question also. Next one is Python script to check number is a Armstrong or not. Armstrong number, how we will check that number is Armstrong? For example, suppose you have entered the number is 153. This is the number, and once you will cube each digit of the number, 1 cube, then 5 cube, then 3 cube, cube of in each individual digit of a number, then you will get the original number 1, then 125, then 27. So you will get 153. So this is the process that you will check the number is Armstrong or not. How it will check? You have to first of all take individual digits from this number and take a cube of each individual digits and then sum of all its cube, and then you will check the total sum. If total sum and original number are equal, then you will say that this is Armstrong number. Only that condition is satisfied. So you have to check this logic also. Everyone understand what is the mean of Armstrong number now? So last question, that is Python script to check number is prime or not. So how you will check the number is prime or not? You know it. What is prime number? What is prime number? You know it, because all these questions require repeating steps. So you have to develop the logic. What will be the repeating steps? Try. If you will not able to make these script programs, I will help you, and we will do in PyCharm here also. So last one is Python script to check number is prime or not. How you will check number is prime or not? Prime number is a number that will divide by 1 or itself. Suppose 7 is divided by 1 and divide by itself, and between of these any number it will not be divided. So you have to check any number that you will enter from keyboard, that it is divisible between number and 1. If it is divisible between number and its 1 and its number, then it will not be a prime number. For example, you will check if like this: if num mod I equals to 0, that is num and I is the value of I you will start from 2, and each time you will check that if you divide I by num, that is you will divide 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In each case, if any case match, you will just try break. You will use break here also to check number is prime or not. So how the proper logic will you have to write, you have to understand. I have just simply giving you the basic idea that you have to divide each number between number and 1 itself. So you will check for 2, 3, 4, 5 till number till less than number. So our logic will be like that. In for loop you will write like this: for I in, suppose you have used range. So better I will make this program. So I am going to make this program for you. So and next programs you have to make yourself. I'm writing the code in PyCharm for this number so that you will understand. So Python script to check number is prime or not. So first of all you have to enter the number. Suppose you have entered input, enter the number. Once you have entered the value of number, you will take a variable that we will start from 2. Why I'm taking from starting from 2? Because we know that prime number is the number that is divided by 1 and itself. So we have to check from 2 to less than from that number. So I am using for loop for I in, I have given the range from from I to number. So it will check from 2 to that particular number, and inside that I have given condition if num mod I equals to 0, then what we have to do? We have taken one variable that is boolean type, that is its initial value is false, and inside this if this condition is satisfied, then we will say check equals to true. It means number never will be prime number because it is divisible, because now it is divisible by numbers between number and 1. So we will do break also here. It will break also here, otherwise it will work like same manner. So I have to check for each value of I from 2 to less than, because in range you know that num it will go to less than num, because num value will be excluded in the range. So when this loop will terminate, then outside of this loop I will check again if check equal to true. If check is equal to true, then I will check then I simply type print str num plus is not prime, otherwise else print str num plus is prime number. So this is the whole logic of prime number. How we will check? I am telling you again. First of all, we will enter the value. Why I am taking I equal to 2? Because I already told you that a number is prime if it is divisible by 1 and itself. So we have to check the values, all the values that comes between 1 and number itself. So we will take all these things in a loop. So we have to do the repeating task from range I value of I is 2 to less than num. So it will check each time of these values. If num mod I equal to 0, if any of number between 1 and number itself is divided by number, then we know that number will not be prime number. So we have use one variable that is check, that its initial value is false. Whenever this condition is satisfied, it will become true, and after that we will not go to, continue this for loop. We will use break statement to terminate that particular loop, and then outside of this for loop I have check true check equal to true, then I have tried number is not prime, else number is prime. So we will check. Suppose I have entered the value is 8. So answer is 8 is not prime. Again I have checked enter the number. Suppose I have entered the 7, then output is 7 is prime number. So you can check for any numbers. For example, I have used 17, then 17 is a prime number. You can see the output, or you can check for other values also. Suppose I have taken 16, so 16 is not prime number. So this is the logic. This is my logic. So you can make your logic to use of this repeating task statements in your Python script. Here this is the simple logic that I have used because I know already that number is prime if it is divisible between 1 and itself, then it is not a prime number. सबको समझ में आया ये थोड़ा? Everyone understand little bit this Python program? Please give reply.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So this is my logic. So you have to develop your own logic for these questions. You have to try to solve yourself, so that you can understand what exactly going on here. So these questions you have to try yourself. If you have problems, then I will surely help you, but first of all you have to try yourself to solve these problems. So I'm going to continue next topic, that is string, that we have to discuss here. String in detail, because already we know that what is string. In string in Python, string is collection of Unicode characters for example that use single quote or double quote to define string. For example, name equals to Ajay, or we can define like this: name equals to double quote Ajay. Okay, so as we know that in Python no character data type, so each character in this string Ajay are separate string, like A, then J, then A, then Y. So it is a collection of these A, J, A and Y. So this is the way how we can define a string in Python. You know it very well. So we have to discuss as per as our syllabus, that in syllabus we had mentioned we have to use string traversal. First of all, what is the mean of string traversal? Then operations on string like concatenation, repetition, membership operators, and different type of methods that are used, that we had mentioned in our syllabus. We are going to discuss here. So first of all, we are discussing about string traversal. So how string traversal is possible? Very simple. String traversal, that is to visit each string character. So how it will possible? You with the help of loop. Very simple way. So how? Suppose I have taken name equals to Ajay. So I want to print each characters of this string. So I will use for loop for I in, then collection type, that is name colon, then print I. So it will traverse each element, each character in this string. So this is string traversal. We can understand this with the help of example in PyCharm. String traversal. String traversing, suppose name equals to I have taken Suprabhat, then for I in name, then colon, print I. So once I will execute this, you can see that it will display each individual characters in this string. These are Unicode characters. So this is about string traversal. Now the other operations like string concatenation. How we will do string concatenation? Next is string concate. How we will concate? We use, for string concate we will use plus operator. Will we use plus operator? For example, I have first name I have taken as Suprabhat, and last name I have taken as Juicy. So when I will print this, print first name plus last name, then it will work as a string concatenate operator. It will connect first string to last string. We can understand with the help of example in PyCharm. So first name, then last name, so if we will print, simply print first name plus last name, so it will concatenate. It will concatenate two string, that is Suprabhat Juicy. Now it will concatenate two string. So this is about concatenation. Next one is next one topic that we have to discuss about, that is repetition, then membership. So repetition, how repetition work in Python? Suppose string repetition, very simple process. How it will work? String repetition. For example, I have taken the name equals to Ajay, and if I want to print Ajay in 5 times, so I will not write print statement 5 times. I will just write Ajay, sorry, not like this. I will use like this. Print name, then multiply. This is repetition operator. Multiply, suppose I have written 5, so it will print the name as in 5 times. 5 times it will print in the screen name. So we can see like this: first name multiply by 5. So you can see that it will print Suprabhat as a 5 times. So this is the string repetition. If you want to repeat a string to display any number of times, then you will use string repetition. Next one is, that is membership in string. How it will possible? I already told you about string membership. For membership, so I already told you about in and not in. These are two operators that we are used for membership. How we will check? For example, suppose I have a string like Suprabhat and I want to check that this particular character is present or not. Suppose if P double quote P in name, so it will check P is a member of string or not. If present, then it will return true value. I already told you. And not, how not will work? If like this, P not in name. So these are two membership operators that we can use. So we will see in this PyCharm ID to understand this. So our first name, so I have to check that, suppose I want to check X in first name, then print check. So you know it will return false because X is not present in the, X is not member of this string. So you will use, instead of X you can, if you use not in, then it will return true value because X is not in, not the member of a string. Suppose I have taken capital S in first name, so it will return true because S is the present. So these are the some topic that we had discussed here in string concatenation, repetition, membership. Now different type of function and methods we can apply it on a string also. You have to know about all of these. We are going to discuss. I am going to tell you what are those methods. You have to just simply type first name, that string variable you have to first name dot. If you will apply dot, then you can see these all are the method: find, rstrip, isDigit, isSpace, isAlpha, capitalize. All these are the method here, like m for methods. So these are plenty of methods available here. According to your requirements you can use each one so that you can understand what is the use of these methods. For example, suppose I am using according to our syllabus, that is len, capitalize, title, upper, lower. So first of all we will understand what is the use of len method. So what is the use of len method? To get the length of the string. Suppose I want to print first name dot len. So len, what is the use of len? Len of first name. So it will give the length, how much length? Total 9 characters in this string. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So it will give the length of the string. So this is the len function. Next one, like capitalize, print first name dot capitalize. So what it will do, this method, suppose I have written here S is small case. So suppose I have given Suprabhat teach in Surajmal College. Suppose I have given like this. So what it will do, it will capitalize first character in the string format and rest of the characters will be in same as written. So when I will execute this, you can see that first character now become capitalized and rest of characters are same as if we have written. So this is the use of capitalize method. So this is the use of capitalize method. Next method that we had here, that is title. So use of title, you can write just title here, first name dot title. So what this method will do, it will capitalize each word in the string, so that once you will execute this, you can see that it will make S capital in Suprabhat, then T capital in teach, then I capital in N, then S capital already capital. So if they are in small case, it will capitalize each title word. So this is title method. So it will capitalize each word in the given string. So now you can see that each word first character now become capitalized. So this is the method that is work on title method. Now similar upper and lower case method are used for to make. Suppose I have taken the dot upper, so it will capitalize all the characters. So it will display like this. Now all characters in the string are capitalized in capitalized. Or suppose I have taken S, then T capital, then I capital, then S capital, then C capital. So if I am using lower, so it will this method is lower method. Lower method also. So once I will apply this, it will small letter, all characters in the string are now in small letters. So this method is used for lower case and upper for uppercase letters. Next that is we are going to discuss, that is count. So count, find and index. So what is the use of count? It will count how many. Suppose I will type count, then suppose I have taken T, suppose I have taken S, how many times it comes in this string. So it will generating that count time is 2. So S is present here and S is present here, 2 times S is present here. Suppose I have taken X, that is not present, so the output is 0 because no presence is available. We can search a particular count of particular word also, teach, so it will only one time it is coming. So now this is the count function that will count the particular character or particular word count in the string. Next, that is
Sir, this is a case sensitive.
yes, as I already told you that Python is case sensitive. Python is case sensitive language. Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay.
I already told you Python is case sensitive language. So now you can see that it will giving 0 because capital T teach is available there. Okay. Next next function is that is find. So find also here we can use find function also. Here we'll type, suppose I have taken teach, so it will return the index place. From here it is starting. It is now teach will start from 10th index number, because we know that index is starting from 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then 9, 10, 2 blank spaces, then 10th, in 10th place t is started. So it is giving the first occurrence of index, that particular word or character in pair in the string. So suppose I have taken I, so it will return the occurrence of I in that particular position. This is the use of find method. Next one, that is index. Find and index. Index is also working like that. Index also work like that. Same, both are same, but the only difference, if both are same, then why two different? Only difference is that if in find, suppose I have given here find, in when I use find method, and suppose I have given that type of string that is not present, so it will give minus values, -1 it will return always. If the word or string is not found in find method, it will always give return -1 value, whereas in index method, if the substring or word character or string not found, it will generate exception, that is runtime error it generate. But in find method, no runtime error will generate. So if I'm using here index, and index is not that is not present here, so when I will run this, it will generate error, value error. Now comes some string not found, it is not executing the print statement, it generate the runtime exception, that is errors in this program. So this is the only difference between find and index. Okay, everyone understand what is the difference of find and index? Everyone understand? If
Yes, sir.
okay, so rest of the topic that we will discuss tomorrow, that is like split, partition, strip, L strip, R strip, replace, and string slicing also. So I'm closing today lecture. If you have doubt till that, so you can ask to me. किसी को कुछ पूछना है? Because there are too many functions in string topic. We will discuss each one so that you will understand, because in Python scripts later you have to use any of one of these methods in your Python script according to question requirement. आपको किसी को पूछना है इस टॉपिक में अभी तक का जो आपने किया है, जो टॉपिक हमने डिस्कस कर लिए हैं, इसमें किसी को कुछ पूछना है? प्लीज गिव रिप्लाई. No doubt?
Oh, no, sir.
Okay, so I'm closing today lecture. So we will continue this string topic tomorrow also. So till that, take care, keep smile, bye bye.